And photos of the 28 individuals memorialized there help preserve their memories and give family, friends, and law enforcement officers the opportunity to remember those that made the ultimate sacrifice while serving the citizens of Kansas. At this time, please join me in a moment of silence to honor those 28 KLETC graduates. Thank you. Members of the 301st Basic Training Class, I appreciate each and every one of you and the effort that you put forth to get to this day. Each of you have persevered. You overcame a variety of challenges while you've been here. Job well done. I hope you understand what an honor it has been for me to be one of your instructors, your class coordinator, and as some of you referred to me, your class stepdad. Hopefully, throughout your time here, the other instructors and I have been able to pass on personal insight and information, not only from the curriculum, but also from our education, life experiences, and careers that you will find beneficial during your career. It is my hope that through this experience and the challenges that come with it, you have come to respect and appreciate your time here at KLETC. The training, experiences, and knowledge you have gained while here is truly priceless. It will help you be the successful in this profession. On behalf of the KLETC administration and everyone here at KLETC, congratulations on completing your basic training. I'm proud of you. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to our commencement speaker, Troy Livingston from the Wichita Police Department. He's the interim chief of police there. Prior to his appointment to chief, Troy worked as an instructor and class coordinator here at KLETC for 3 years. As a matter of fact, Troy was the original class coordinator for the 301st Basic Training class. Troy began his career with the Liberal Police Department in 1991 and was hired by the Wichita Police Department in June of 1995. During his tenure with the Wichita Police Department, he promoted through the ranks, serving as police officer, detective, sergeant, lieutenant, captain, and deputy chief. Troy retired from the Wichita Police Department in August of 2019. Chief Livingston has a master's in public administration, a master's of arts in criminal justice, a graduate certificate in city county management, all of these from Wichita State University. He also has a Bachelor of Science degree in criminal justice from the University of Houston downtown. Troy has completed the FBI National Academy, which he attended the 274th session, Major Cities Chiefs Association Police Executive Leadership Institute Session 4, Northwestern University School of Police Staff and Command, Class 381, Leadership Wichita, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation Central States Law Enforcement Executive Development Seminar, 17th session. Finally, Livingston graduated from the Wichita Sedgwick County Law Enforcement Training Center, as well as the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center. He attended Class 117. Awards and recognition include the Outstanding Alumni in Criminal Justice Award from the School of Community Affairs and the Alumni of the Year Award from the Hugo Wall School of Public Affairs, both at Wichita State University. Please welcome Chief Livingston.
You know, when you listen to that, it just makes me sound old now. So before I get into my speech, quickly, I want to say that the reason I got to be the interim chief at the Wichita Police Department is because of the support from Darren Beck and Ron Gould, the administrative staff, as well as the instructors. When I was talking to them about leaving to go do this, I got nothing but support. And that showed leadership. So I appreciate that very much. So good afternoon. When I left KLETC back in September, I wasn't feeling very well. I'm still struggling with some allergies. Trust me, I've been tested for COVID multiple times. I don't have it. But I went to the doctor, and they said I had a very odd case. They didn't know if it was the bird flu or the swine flu, and they have different treatments. One, the bird flu requires a tweetment, and the swine flu requires an ointment. So now I did that joke just for this class, because I think I told them to it before, but when I was their class dad for 7 weeks, I would try to start the day with a dad joke. Some of them laughed, and some of them just looked at me with disappointment. But so let me I would really just talking to the class here. And if you work here at KLETC, you probably heard some of these things before. I don't usually rewrite speeches all the time, because the things I'm going to share with you are things that I think are very important. So I add and take away, but I try to have a consistent message with every class that graduates, or anytime I get to speak to a graduating class. So as a law enforcement officer, you will at times be called upon to do and see unthinkable things. As I like to say, and I think I told you this during one of our mentorship sessions, law enforcement is not always the land of gumdrops and lollipops. And you'll be asked to perform deeds that will that few will understand, appreciate, or even able to perform themselves. You've joined an exceptional profession. And, you know, I like to call it, and other instructors call it, the greatest show on earth. But don't worry, you're going to have some great days too. Some of my best days occurred in this profession, as well as some of my best laughs. So as I move forward this afternoon, I'd like to give you some advice that might be useful when you hit the streets in your communities. First of all, I want you to be leaders. By stepping up to serve your communities, you're already leaders. But remember this: good leaders possess self-awareness, they garner credibility, they focus on relationship building, they have a drive for taking action, they exhibit humility, they empower others, they stay authentic, and they present themselves as constant and consistent in their roles as police officers or deputies. These are qualities that you should strive for every day. And remember, titles don't make you leaders. Your actions do. Second, I want you to be humble. Don't let your ego cloud your judgment, or let it fill you with a sense of superiority. Don't take someone's frustration personally. And just when you think you have this career figured out, something will happen to humble you. I'm betting the last couple of weeks, some of you have been humbled through some of your practical skills. Also, engage your community. Always remember, you are part of the community, not apart from it. Listen to what they have to say and communicate with them. As we discussed when I taught your community policing class, the best solutions are community driven, and you will not succeed without them. Keep in mind, our Kansas communities are wonderful places to work. Also, I suggest you volunteer. Do something to help your community, find your niche, and spend time doing it. Volunteering will not only help improve your community, but it'll help you keep you centered and grounded. Also, make friends out of law enforcement. Now, that sounds offensive at first, right? But I love cops, and sometimes it's nice to hang out with different people. I sometimes refer to them as normal people. It's not that law enforcement officers are abnormal. In fact, they're extraordinary people. However, they aren't your typical normal, because they run towards danger where others usually run from it. And that's really not normal. Your fellow officers will become some of your best lifelong friends, but make sure you have interests outside of law enforcement. This will help you keep emotionally resilient. And I know with the new curriculum, you've talked about resiliency quite a bit through your 14 weeks. Take care of your family. You'll miss birthdays, holidays, and other milestone events, but tell them you love them and spend as much time with them as you can. And this is something I've done throughout my career. Read something every day. We all know that knowledge is power to succeed, and you'll want to know and need to know the best practices in law enforcement, as well as what's happening in your community. So I like to always say, if you're not reading, you're not leading. Don't tarnish the badge. Remember why you became a police officer or deputy, and never participate in behavior on or off duty that will embarrass your family, your city, your department, or your profession, or even KLETC. And then finally, I want you to persevere. Make sure you reflect on your resiliency training here at KLETC. You'll experience great days and bad days, highs and lows. Some days you may feel a little dejected. The only way to get through those times are through family, friends, coworkers, and perseverance. Think about all the things you had to persevere just to get through KLETC. Whether it was a test, a skill assessment, or just missing home, you had to persevere. I'm going to tell you a little quick story about one of my favorite stories about perseverance. He failed in business in 31. He was defeated for state legislator in 32. He tried another business in 33. It failed. His fiancee died in 35. He had a nervous breakdown in 36. In 43, he ran for Congress and was defeated. He tried again in 48 and was defeated again. He tried running for the Senate in 55 and he lost. The next year, he ran for president and lost. In 59, he ran for the Senate and was defeated again. However, in 1860, the man who signed his name, A. Lincoln, was elected as the 16th president of the United States. The difference between history's boldest accomplishments and its most staggering failures is often simply the will to persevere. So I'm not asking you to run for president or govern the country, but I do expect you, and I think all the staff here at KLETC expects you to be guardians of your community. And some days it's going to require you to persevere. In recent months and years, the national political climate has changed dramatically, and you may be thrust in a role of protecting your community in a way you've never imagined. So be ready for that. So in conclusion, to our new KLETC graduates, I say congratulations, good luck, God bless, and stay safe. Thank you.
Chief Livingston, on behalf of the 301st Basic Training Class, please accept this plaque as a thank you for taking time out of your day to share your thoughts with our graduating class.
Thank you. I think we're looking over there. Got it, Kyle? Thanks.
At KLETC, we recognize those student officers who have excelled in various professional skill sets during their basic training. For the 301st, we will start with fitness. Fitness being a key component in an officer's life. It helps them deal with daily stresses they'll face, and it aids them in supporting a healthier lifestyle, enabling them to better mitigate the dangers they may encounter. During their time at KLETC, all the student officers of the 301st remained active and engaged in a fitness routine. However, for a student officer to be recognized for receiving the fitness award, the student officer must successfully completed the following. First, successful completion of all academic, performance, and skills testing, along with completing 30 push-ups in a minute, 30 sit-ups in a minute, running 1.5 miles in 18 minutes or less during the final physical assessment, and they must have logged 200 miles or more of running and or walking, or 800 miles of bike riding outside of the normal required activities. The student officers who have met these goals, and please stand to be recognized as I call your name, Officer Marvin Reddick of the Goodland Police Department, Officer Juan Antonio Sanchez Acosta of the Morris County Sheriff's Office, and Officer Alexander Weaver of the Emporia Police Department. Well done. You may be seated. For his efforts during the fitness challenge, we are going to next recognize Officer Alexander Weaver of the Emporia Police Department. Please join me at the podium. During the Fitness Award Challenge, Alex not only exceeded the requirements, he logged the most miles of 231.5. He also achieved the most improvement on his push-ups, sit-ups, and 1.5-mile run during his 14 weeks here. For his efforts, he is being awarded the Fitness Medal. Please join me in recognizing Officer Weaver for his efforts. Congratulations. Congratulations to all these student officers on their efforts in improving their health, wellness, and fitness. Well done. KLETC also recognizes student officers who have excelled in academics during their time at KLETC. Student officers who have achieved the following criteria will be graduating with academic honors. The requirements include 90% or greater overall written grade point average, 90% or greater written final exam, 90% or greater overall performance grade point average, 90% or greater overall performance final testing score, and must have completed a minimum of 100 miles logged of walking or running, or 400 miles of biking, and must have successfully completed their skills testing and received no disciplinary action. The officers who have met these goals, and please stand and be recognized as I call your name, Officer Leah Faber of the Mays Police Department, Officer Matthew Lim of the Garden City Police Department. Well done. You may be seated. It is now time for the class president for the 301st Basic Training Class to deliver a few remarks on behalf of the graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, the class president for the 301st Basic Training Class, Officer Cody Coleman, Hutchinson Police Department.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center Class 301st Graduation Ceremony. We would like to thank each and every one of you in attendance for celebrating us today. Chiefs, sheriffs, department head, and coworkers, we would like to thank you for selecting us to represent your agencies and communities. Thank you to our families, friends, and loved ones in attendance today. Thank you for your sacrifices you have made over the 14 weeks. We know how hard it is to be apart from your loved ones, and your sacrifices have not gone unnoticed. Each of us would not be here without your love and continuous support. Thank you to our first class coordinator, now Chief of Police, Troy Livingston, and our stepdad, as he calls himself, class coordinator, Mr. Warner, and all the instructors that have spent countless hours teaching us, mentoring us, giving us feedback, and preparing us for success so we can better serve our agencies and our communities and our career as law enforcement officers. I would also like to thank Class 301 for allowing me to represent them. I am sure that I speak on behalf of my entire class when I say we are extremely happy that after a long 14 weeks of training that this day has finally arrived. Over the past 14 weeks, we have learned a lot about ourselves as individuals and each other. We have gone from complete strangers on week one from all across the state to brothers and sisters in just 14 weeks here before you today. We train in areas of resiliency training, communications, Kansas law, patrolling, interrogations, street investigations, evidence processing, qualifying with our firearms, use of force, and much more. We have laughed together, and for some, we've even cried together, but that was mainly due to getting OC spread. All of this training in the past 14 weeks was conducted to reach a common goal amongst the 21 of us, to become certified law enforcement officers in the state of Kansas. As we depart ways today, I challenge each and every one of you, just like our instructors have challenged us over the course of the 14 weeks, to continue to grow personally, professionally, and academically. We have learned here at KLETC is just the first stepping stone in your career as law enforcement officers. Not everyone gets the opportunity you have been given. Not everyone can do the work as a police officer, especially in the world we live in today. Mr. Baker told us in the beginning of our training something that stuck with me. He said, "You have the greatest job in the world. This is the only job where you can take a life, save a life, or have your own life taken all in the same day. With our line of work, we have a lot of power, yet a lot of responsibilities. Be responsible, be safe, go home to your families at night. I wish each and every one of you a safe and long-lasting career. Congratulations, Class 301.
Cody, it's my pleasure on behalf of the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center administration and staff to present you with this plaque as an appreciation and recognition of you being the 301st Basic Training Class President. I hope that you will display it proudly. Congratulations. In law enforcement, ethics is at the forefront of our training and our profession. The law enforcement oath of office affirmation is a constant reminder of the importance of always doing the right thing. This is something we have discussed in depth during their time here at KLETC. The ultimate purpose of law enforcement is public service. A law enforcement officer assumes a great responsibility when they affirm the oath of office. They have entered the position of being a role model, leading by example. They are enforcers of the law and protectors of our communities. Because the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center believes the concepts and principles within the oath should be dominating force in all officers' lives, I will ask Class President, Officer Coleman, to lead the class with the Law Enforcement Oath of Office affirmation.
On my honor.
Go. 301st, please be seated. In just a few moments, I'll be presenting each of you with a challenge coin. Challenge coins are very symbolic and meaningful. Challenge coins are given by someone to be a reminder of them or to confirm membership in an organization or group. The coin you will receive today recognizes you as a graduate of the Kansas Law Enforcement Training Center. I ask that you will carry it with you as a reminder of the lessons learned and the friendships forged during your time here at KLETC. On the back of the coin that each of you receive, it will have the oath that you affirmed just moments ago. Carry it with you and let it be a constant reminder to always do the right thing. Graduates, congratulations. It has been my honor and pleasure to be part of your journey. I want to leave you with just a few thoughts. First, I pray for your safety during every career call to service that you respond to. Second, I wish you the very best life has to offer. And finally, I bid you Godspeed on this journey, my brothers and sisters. I will now ask KLETC Associate Director Alvin Sowers to join me on stage to present each of you of the 301st Basic Training Class your certificates while I present each member with the KLETC Challenge coin. The class president will announce the names of the graduates of the 301st Basic Training Class.
Front row, please stand. Joey Arms, Junction City Police Department. Kaylin Bliss, Junction City Police Department. William Brower Jr., McPherson County Sheriff's Office. Joseph Cox, Kansas Department of Corrections. Randall Crump Jr., Emporia Police Department. Leah Faber, Mays Police Department. Zarin Goodrich, Franklin County Sheriff's Office. Please be seated. Second row, please stand. Corey Hagan, Pratt County Sheriff's Office. Matthew Lim, Garden City Police Department. Byron McDonald, Neodesha Police Department. Jonathan Charles Morales, Mays Police Department. Jacob Peterson, Leavenworth Police Department. Marvin Reddick, Goodland Police Department. Second row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. Third row, please stand. Juan Antonio Sanchez Acosta, Morris County Sheriff's Office. Garrett Shuck, Hutchinson Police Department. Melissa Simmons, Caney Police Department. Mason Torres, Salina Police Department. Kate Watson, Keachai Police Department. Alexander Weaver, Emporia Police Department. Marissa Ziegler, Junction City Police Department.
And Cody Coleman of the Hutchinson Police Department. Third row, please return to your seats. Please be seated. This is my time to thank family for coming. It's always special, but I gotta know. I gotta kind of take a sidebar here and ask. I see the great big button on the family in the second row, and I have to know from the students, which one of you is that? How special. Thank you very much for coming to today's graduation. We really enjoy that you're here. To my administrators and other law enforcement friends, we can't thank you enough for your support. And in a few moments, I'll bless each one of these officers as Kansas law enforcement officers. And we'll conclude today's graduation. With the class 301, please stand. On behalf of Director Beck, I hereby certify that each and every one of you has satisfactorily completed the requirements to be law enforcement officers in the state of Kansas. Ladies and gentlemen, for 14 weeks they've been waiting to hear class dismissed.